I'm sure a lot of people listen. It's an Xbox podcast. Like, what was it like working with Microsoft and continuing to work with Microsoft? I mean, Super Time Force is on Xbox One and 360, and then going forward, Below has had it was on stage at the Microsoft conference last year. So what's that relationship been like?
It's been really awesome. I mean, it's interesting because I've known Chris Charla for a really long time, and Chris was a big reason why Super Time Force ended up on 360 in the first place, and then one later on.
Who's Chris for people who don't know?
Oh, Chris Charla is the head of the ID at Xbox program, was the portfolio director for XBLA when he was working with Microsoft Studios.
Mm-hmm. Responsible for a lot of really cool stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Still writes really rad zines. And
Ooh, is that true?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Wow.
I have all of his stuff. He writes a skateboarding zine called
Really?
the Wallingford Skate Report.
Wow.
Which is amazing. And
did he just forget that time passed?
Yeah. Oh,
He's like, no, it's 1995.
He's a guy that's just super passionate about the things that he's very
awesome.
passionate about.
Did you see that Cowboy Bebop zine people were tweeting about? It's called So Long Space Cowboy. I'm 100% serious.
No, is this new?
No,
Yeah,
but
it's like a
I'd
zine
read it.
people just started tweeting about. Like Steve Gaynor just got it in the mail.
Yeah, that's serious.
Oh, yeah,
Extended,
yeah.
really
A lot of
rad.
people were like,
Yeah,
I want
Corey
that.
Schmitz was,
Yep.
What did they write about?
I don't know.
I don't know. Cowboy Bebop is awesome. You could write about it forever.
Yeah,
I
that
guess they're gonna.
that dog was pretty cute.
Yeah.
Ein? That's right.
That sounded
Like
really weird.
everybody at the same
Three of
time.
us yelling a German number at the same time is like terrifying to like any Polish or Jewish listener.
The camera automatically shuts off. The mic automatically shuts off.
What is even happening?
Yeah. So Chris and I started talking about Time Force after IGF way back when, and I was like, so do you want to bring this game to 360? He's like, yeah, it sounds cool, but we're only working on it one day a week. It's just a pet project. And Charlie was just like, yeah, sure, that's cool. It doesn't matter. I was like, well, we're not actually going to like make it into a full project for a while. We've got some other stuff. Like, yeah, that doesn't really matter. We just want the game on 360. And that was for us a really great starting point, which is like, you just make the game however the hell you want to make the game. End result, game ends up on 360. Awesome. And then as Xbox One got announced, we knew that we wanted to bring it there as well. It made a lot of sense for us, and we love the idea of fresh platforms, and being on a platform early is something we never had experience with. We came into 360 PS3 pretty late, came into DS late, came into DS past late. So yeah, it was really important for us, and a huge reason why the game is launching or has launched is because they were amazingly helpful to help get the game through certification, to tell us like, hey, you guys want to hit this release date? Let's hit this release date. It's going to be really hard, and it was really hard, but they did a lot of great work to get it through both on 360 and Xbox One. And I mean, for us, it's we self-fund our own projects. We want to own our own projects as much as possible. We want to control our projects as much as possible. And to a lot of places, that's scary shit, and they want nothing to do with it. But that was kind of one of those things that we didn't even have to fight for, which is, I think, that's a great place to start with when you're a type of studio
100%.
like we are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I love seeing ID at Xbox blow up. I love knowing that Chris and Phil work together on it. I love knowing that there are two consoles that independent developers can really put games on, and that's what we want. We want opportunities for these games to shine, and I think Microsoft's doing a lot to let them shine. Hopefully this game is shining right when this comes out. Yeah, it's I mean, I totally, I'm not deaf and hear a lot of the crap that gets talked about them, and it's all I can talk about is my own personal experience.
Yeah.
We've learned over time that sometimes shit happens and sometimes it doesn't, and we've been nothing but impressed with them. And even something as simple as like Below shifting to be able to come out on PC and Xbox One at the same time, I think that shows that they're understanding what's happening in independent development right now and the importance of PC as a platform as well. And that, I mean, really we can all sit back and look at PC as a platform benefiting Microsoft as a whole, and there's like a big kind of like thread that goes through that.
Yeah.
But the thing that we want, the thing that is most important, I think, to independent development as a whole is having opportunities that don't require you to break down doors and fight tooth and nail for something that might not work out. Now it's don't have to fight, and it's gonna work out. You will get the game up.
Yeah, I mean, Go ahead.
I'm so glad you weren't like, oh, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Microsoft for a second.
Oh god.
That'd be
Yeah, I mean,
awkward.
like I think that's.
Phil listens. It'd be really awkward.
I honestly, Phil. I mean, I give Phil. I owe him a lot. He definitely fought for Below to be on stage at an E3 press conference. That's
he wore a
not
Capy shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That melted our faces. That was pretty amazing. But no, it's
That's why Chris isn't here.
Yeah, exactly. His face actually
Yeah.
melted.
And then he
He's
made
still-
it the soup.
He actually put his face in.
That's why it tastes so good.
Gross.
Yeah, it's-
We're in a weird place.
Face soup.
yeah.
Weird place.
Face
right
soup
now.
is going to be the name of some awful shooter, that's coming out.
Face soup.
Yeah.
Where you get to like
Coming from Deep
coming-
Silver
just
is
like-
face soup.
Aubrey's gonna crush you.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot for us. I'm really stoked that the game can launch simultaneously on both. I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, that's rad.
And it means that everybody who hasn't decided to upgrade yet, there's a brand new game that hopefully is pretty bonkers. And I'm a huge fan of when you're watching your replays in Super Time Force, you can just press the Y button, game DVR your entire replay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my favorite part about it is that all the replays are to the same crazy tune, and so everybody's upload videos are going to just be this like kind of chiptunes honky tonk jam
Yeah,
of
I love that.
insanity. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see. Hopefully people make crazy replays.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, talking about the sort of how Microsoft, is allowing you guys to publish on PC with Below and everything. I feel like they're really getting away from that rigidity and sort of hubris stigma that they may have had coming out of the last generation. The 360 was such a huge hit, and just in the past, year since the Xbox One first got revealed, like you've seen them they've had to eat crow a little bit, and they've had to, go back on some decisions, which leads us to our next topic, Mitch.